Hey there, it's Nathalie, and I was at the Dollar Tree today, ignore that, and I picked up a bunch of the pot holders, and there's a lemon one. I did the lemon tote. They had only one package of these. They had just put out the sunflower one, so I grabbed a couple of these, and so I want to show, and I got some snack bags. These are the ones that are 6 and something, 6.5 by 3 1/4, and I like these better than the other snap bags that I can get at Walmart, because this only has one green stripe on it. So need pins, scissors, and I also have a roll of washi tape. They have those at the Dollar Tree also, but I had this in my stash, and I will tape that in the middle here to help keep my presser foot from dragging on the plastic bags. Anyway, so to get started with this, and I'll do the sunflower one first. I'm going to do some with scraps of fabric to kind of embellish it, but let me just show you a plain one first. So we're going to pop the little tag off, and and you're going to need some buttons too, if you can find them. I hope you have some in your stash. So this is another kind of a cheap, fast, and pretty easy project. Pretty much a beginner kind of project. Alright, so get those things off. I'm going to use 4 snack bags for each one, and I want to kind of trim off the excess. You can do that either before you start or after you get it put in place. So I'm going to do mine after. It's easier to keep it straight. So I'm going to find there went my phone. I'm going to find my middle. So just kind of fold. Let me fold it this way, right sides together. Now this, you can carry like lipsticks, tuck this in your purse, tuck it in your travel bag, lipstick or tampons or something like that. Okay, so I'm going to match up my edges of my 2 of these, and then I'm going to pin at the bottom, close to the bottom, just so they won't shift on me. Match up these 2 top edges and then pin close to the bottom. Go, and then 2 more, same thing. Match up the little top edges. You could put mascara in here, maybe some little pots of eyeshadow, something like that. These are just kind of a change. You could put some change in there. Alright. So I want to, this is not going to be my halfway mark. Where these pins are right now, that's not my halfway mark. What I want to do is kind of line the edge of this where it's not peeking out so far. And you can take it down a little bit, like I could trim right in here. So that's going to maybe like 3 inches from the top of this tab. So let's see. Yep. So I'm going to do that. So 3 inches from the top of the plastic to our middle pin. I'm going to use one more pin to pin this in place. And the same thing here. This is the pin of the plastic. This is the pin for the middle of the pot holder right here. 3 inches down. And that's my mark to where I need to go. So another pin here. Now I can get rid of these 2 pins because they were only to keep the bag from shifting. Alright. So the same thing on this side. I'm going to go, again, ignore these pins that are in the plastic bag already. Let me turn this, it'll be easier for me to pin. So 3 inches from the top of the plastic bag to the middle of the pin that's on the pot holder. So 3 inches, can shift the bag. Got my beginning at this middle pin, and I can shift my bag to where it's at 3 inches. There we go. And I'm just going to slide this one back out and repin, since I already have that middle pin pinned in my pot holder. And get rid of this one. Same thing here. There's my middle pin. Lay my plastic there. Has to be on the top though. So 3 inches. Shift that down just a little bit, and there's my 3-inch mark. Repin. Okay. Now take these pins out. This was the one that was, this bottom one was marking the middle of my pot holder. So that's gone. Now I'm going to get my washi tape. And you can leave this washi tape, and I've just grabbed this one. This will tear away, or you can leave it on there. I'm going to straighten it off just in case I decide to leave it on there. Did I say tear it off? I meant cut it off. Some washi tape is good and sticky, and some of it's not very sticky at all. Don't cut the pin. We'll trim that. Alright, and now we're going to go to the sewing machine. Let me show you up close without all the reflections. So I have my middle. So if I just folded it up like that, and you can see that this is going to be too long, we can, in a little bit, we'll trim this off so we don't have all of that excess and it won't hang out. And so that's going to be our little sunflower tote. We could put a little word on there if we wanted to, like bloom where you're planted or something like that. Anyway, all right, let's go to the sewing machine. Okay, so to get started with this, my pin is right here. I'm going to line that up, but I'm going to go ahead and use my hand wheel to put one stitch in place to hold that, and I'm going to reach back here and pull that pin out because I don't want to stitch that. And then put my pressure foot down, and I've got this set on a pretty long stitch, maybe about 3.5. And so I'm going to do a couple of stitches forward and then a back stitch, go backwards. And stitch right down the middle of that washi tape, and if I got my washi tape positioned right, that should be exactly halfway. Take this pin out. Now let's do a little back and forth, a little reverse. Did I put my hand in the way? I put my hand in the way. There we go. And I just used a neutral thread. You could use whatever color you wanted to use, but since we had orange and yellow and brown and all that stuff going on, I thought just a neutral thread would be fine. And then now we're going to go back over, and I'm going to show you how to finish this off. I told you we would trim this off, so I'm going to come between, there's two little sections. This is our little green zip. We don't want to cut that. There's a little corded section right there, and then another one. I'm going to cut this top one off. And they're pretty well lined up. Pretty easy to get rid of that. There's that. Okay, so this part, you just want to kind of pay attention. Don't cut your bottom pouches. I'm going to grab these two that are on the top side, that is the little folded edge, and I'm going to bring my scissors right along the edge of that washi tape. This washi tape sticks pretty good, but if you did not want this in here, you could just simply tear this away. And that works since that blue and yellow doesn't really go with our sunflower little pouch. Alright, so Then this needs to be cut off too. This is the bottom of the other side of the pouch. Turn this so I can get my hands into it. And so I want to leave about the same amount, just about a ½ inch. I guess you could leave it, but I didn't want to leave it. All right, so that's actually ready. It needs a button. So I had grabbed a couple of buttons, yellow or orange, and I really, yellow or orange, and I really like the orange one better, so that's what I'm going to use. I already have my needle threaded, and I need to put a pin so that I can know where I need the center of this button to go. Grab a pin out of my pin cushion, so kind of even up my edges, and that's about, you could mark it with a little marker or something like that, pencil or quilt marker. I'm just going to do that. That's where my button needs to go. I already have a knot in my thread. So I'm going to come from the back side. And we'll do about, maybe about 4 stitches per holes, and I'm going to do an X on my holes. It doesn't matter. You can do, 2 across, that's fine, but I'm going to just do an X shape. So these are so fun. I sell these. I'm in a little booth right now at a little boutique in town, and I think I sell these for maybe about, the plain ones like this, I would consider this one a plain one. I think they're about $5. The ones that I have embellished that have extra little words and stuff on them, I think they're $7. Just an extra little step in there. So there's 3. I can find the hole. And 4. And let's do 4 the other way, because I said I was going to do an X shape or a plus or whatever you want to call it. There it is. Here's 3, 1 more, and we'll tie off, and this will be finished. And I'm not going to put a word on this one because I think this is pretty cute just all by itself. And in my next video I'll show you how to embellish the outer edges of them. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. If you have, thank you for subscribing. Click that little notifications bell so that you can know whenever I have a new video up for you. And I will see you next time.